Hey, who's the guy that's been standing on the back of the boat staring at us all day?
This guy's from Craft Services.
Craft Services?
Excuse me, sir. Can you hand me my Gatorade, please? Thank you. That's a good one. So, oh, Mike, right there. Big one. That's got to be a striper. Damn, Mike. What was that?
That was my big toe. That was my middle toe, bro. You tripped over my middle toe.
Hey, what's up, guys? Nick the Informative Fisherman here, back out with my buddy Mike Coleman. What's up, Mike?
What's going on?
And we're at Hogan again. It's funny because Mike travels everywhere fishing, but I keep getting Mike to go out on Hogan because it's a cool freaking lake. Today we got the Lucky Tackle Box Panfish box. We got stripers going off here, crappie going off here, sunfish, largemouth, smallmouth. So Mike and I's challenge today is to catch a panfish on every single product that's in this box. I haven't even cracked it open yet. And to catch a striper, and to catch a smallmouth, and to catch a largemouth. So, and a panfish on every single product in here. So we have our work cut out for us. It's late October. Well, I would say mid to late October right now. So we're gonna be breaking down some fall tips along the way. And at the same time, serve up a pretty cool challenge. You think we can pull this off, Mike?
Yeah, I think we can do it. I think the fish are really moving. They're really moving into the fall pattern. I think this river system's already flipped over and the fish are positioned down here on these humps and they're really schooled up. So I don't think we'll have a problem.
Mike's Mr. Confident, so I'm feeling confident right now too. He can coach me on putting my socks on. So let's get after it, man. Let's crack this box open and see what we got, because we got some panfish right below us. We're seeing some crappie on the graph, so let's open her up and see what we have here. All right, so we have the golden ticket. In case you guys don't know, you can check that number out. Read the rules on here. You can win a trip with Travis, Andrew, myself. This tells you all about it right here. Let's crack this guy open. First thing I see here is 1/16 ounce mustad jig heads. I'm definitely going to be using these. These fish are right down 23 to 30 foot deep, right there. So I'll get that tied on. Oh, I see some good toys in here, Mike. Some good toys. All right, we got some Stillhouse hair jigs right here. These are light. To get them down deeper, we're probably going to have to attach a drop shot to the line just above these guys, but hair jigs work good in cold, clear water. Little bit dirty right now from some fresh run-in we had a couple days ago, but we'll get them down there and catch them. The Biwa Divinator. This is the mini, and if you guys haven't seen my Clear Lake episode, Fishing for Crappie, this is what I was using. So Mike's gonna tie this on right now, I know it. And we're gonna jack the crappie on that thing. Some knothead little black grubs right there. Some mustad live bait hooks. We're gonna have to find a way to utilize those. Some little Hustler tubes. These tubes always work great on crappie, and this is by Southern Pro. Then we have some Whipper by K&E Stopper Lures, little jig head. Looks like a little crawfish or a giant, what is that? Like a giant stonefly or a shrimp or something. Kind of looks like a crawfish. We'll probably get bass on those. And then we have the Lake Fork deal. These have been in the box before. They're like a multi-segmented minnow with a little ball on the end of the tail and chartreuse and clear. So I know the crappie will eat those too. We're gonna tie them on, break them down, and hopefully start catching some fish on these things so we can go through our process of elimination and wreck these suckers.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Senor.
Thank you. I'll be tying that on right now.
Hogan crappie. Oh, look at that, dude.
Nice.
Look at that. Yeah. Oh, bluegill. Nice sunfish.
Nice
I put on that mustad jig head with a 2-inch white curly tail grub. Look how light in color. That's how deep these fish have been. They're just starting to come up a little bit shallower for the fall feed, but these fish have been deep in the summer. Pretty fish. That little jig head right there. Let's see if we can find another. There we go. Little fast head shakes. Might not be a crappie. Could be a sunfish. He's backing off the pressure now. Yep. This is a shell cracker. That explains why there's no arches up off the bottom. So I'm going to show you guys something here. This is on that same jig head. We're getting a lot of bites. And this is a shell cracker right here. You can see the orange flake behind his dark ear. Much lighter in color, speckled. Now, when you look at a fish finder, a lot of the time you'll see arches or suspended arches. And with shell crackers, it just looks like there's, like, same way it reads trees, but on the bottom. You just see those brighter colored lines just stacked up on the bottom. Not necessarily perfect arches or anything. And you'll notice anytime you're off the bottom, you won't be getting bit. Those shell crackers love to just lock down on the bottom, and it just looks like stacks of lighter colored lines on the bottom of the graph. And I'll try to show you that fish.
Looks like a good fish.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Oh, he come up.
Oh no! Well, that was a good fish.
That was a striper.
Yeah. On a lipless. Little largy?
Yeah, I think it's a little largemouth. See how he's hooked.
Yeah, swatting at it. So, what's going on here is we move back into the river portion of the lake. A lot of bait transitions in the fall, up these rivers, up these creeks. But we got back here, go ahead and take the trolling motor, Mike. We got back here and there was a lot of fresh running over the last couple of days, so the water got real muddy. But we see fish and bait fish all over the graph. We pulled up, fish were jumping out of the water, bait fish were jumping out of the water, so something was clearly feeding on them. Seen some stripers pushing bait up against the bank, but our natural presentation baits didn't have enough visual or audio to them. So now we're throwing things like a white spinner bait. Oh, Mike's hooked up again. Throwing a rattle trap and ton of audio, ton of flash. We're really trying to trigger to these fish's senses to let them hone in on a little bit noisier or a little bit brighter bait at this point, because we do see them here. They are active. We could move out to the main lake where the water's a little bit cleaner. We're probably going to do that in a little while, but we have to give this a fair try. We found fish on the graph, found the bait. You have to kind of make your adjustments at that point. Don't go off preconceived notions. Find out what they want, switch around, and keep trying until you get some bites.
Hang with us, guys. We'll be right back. Bigger, better, badder. The evolution of the buzzbait is upon us. The Evolution Baits Grass Burner is a high-performance bass snatching machine. High-end components, inline displacement, larger profile, balanced body for fast or slower retrieves, better deflection, and oversized treble hooks. You wouldn't bring a slingshot to a gunfight, would you? Find out more at evolutionbaits.com. Hey guys, did you know that yours truly is now hosting Lucky Tackle Box's monthly Panfish instructionals? And aside from relentless fish catching, I'll be breaking down the rigging and the gear you need to get going along the way. And of course, a few extra tips to help you score more fish on the goodies included in your box. So remember, the tug is our drug. So go visit LuckyTackleBox.com and get signed up today. Ever tried pulling a planer board next to your boat when trolling or fishing from a swift current bank? If not, you're missing out on one of the most phenomenal fish catching machines on the market today. With Yellowbird planer boards pulling your lines perpendicular to your boat, you can't help but catch more fish. Find out more by visiting www.yellowbirdproducts.com. Did you know that P-Line makes specialized lines for all your fishing needs, from the super strong abrasive resistant CXX or the low stretch super stealthy CX Premium? Or maybe you're looking for invisibility or super bite detection with P-Line's 100% fluorocarbon. No matter what your needs, P-Line's got it covered. To find out more, visit P-Line.com.
P-Line, baby.
Oh, you heard they got weapons of big fish destruction? Well, you heard right. BWA Fishing Performance is the newest company hitting the U.S. market by storm. With some of the sickest swim baits around and non-cookie cutter style lures that you could ever get your hands on. It's time to show these fish something new. Visit BWA.com. Attention Northern California anglers, have you been to Boat Country in Escalon with one of the largest selections of welded aluminum fishing boats from North River, Hughescraft, and now Crestliner? Chances are they have the right boat for you. And did I mention they have a full service center to take care of all your repair or boating maintenance needs? If you're a boat owner or just looking to become one, you owe it to yourself to check these guys out. Visit BoatCountryUSA.com or stop on by. We'll see you there.
All right, so we're catching some little largemouth. Ooh, I just got bit right there. Catching some little largemouth. Now that this water is real muddy, muddy water is kryptonite to smallmouth bass. So, oh, Mike, right there, big one. That's got to be a striper. That's got to be a striper. Be a giant smallmouth and prove me wrong.
It's a big bass.
It's a big bass. on, baby. Get her, Mike. Spotted bass, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we added another one to that list. I forgot to say that this morning. Forgot to say spotted bass. So what do we got? We got a sunfish, we got a bluegill, we got a shell cracker, we got a crappie, we got a largemouth, so we still need the striper. Oh, and we got a spotted bass, so we still need the striper, and we still need the smallmouth. And then we got to catch a fish on every one of those other lures.
We're working on it.
Let's see if I can get a double. Double. Doubled up. I don't know, mine might be better than yours on this one, Mike.
It might be.
We'll see. He's under the boat. Feels decent. Oh, striper!
Striper.
Oh yeah. We count this. We count this here.
Sure.
Now, the legal length limit here at Hogan is what, 12 inches?
I think it's 0.
It's 0 inches?
I believe
Oh, you're
so.
right, you're right. I
believe
recall.
it's 0 inches.
It is 0, so we can eat this striper if we want it. I guess I could throw them in the box and see if somebody wants to eat them.
Throw them in the box.
We'll thin these little ones out. Big ones we'll let go. These little ones, let's thin them out. Nice, scale them off, fry them up, put some garlic oil on them. Looking for that smallmouth. Probably gonna have to go out to the main lake, but since I've got that striper, we're gonna fan around here a little bit longer. This lake's got stripers in the low teens. Now I'm sure there's some even bigger than that, but they were pinning bait up. Oh, no. You should just fight it for a minute. Oh,
Same thing.
giant. He's just holding there. Oh my God.
Oh, 0.
Wondering if that's who I had a second ago.
There's our smallie.
Got the smallie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smallie!
Back. There it is.
There it is. We got every species in the lake. Now we just got to catch them on the intended baits, but we got every species. Here's a smallmouth.
Awesome. Double. Doubled. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you do it right there. It's our third double.
Yes, sir.
Now technically we should be out on the main lake trying to do the other part, but we're having so much fun catching these fish. We'll give it a little bit longer. Keep whacking a bunch of these. Yeah, and Hogan, it's not notorious for giant bass. It's 2 pounders, 2 to 3 pounders, pretty good in this lake, right, Mike?
Yeah, there is a lot of fish, 3 to 5 pounds, but they're really hard to catch here. They say suspended out in the deeper water, fall around the bigger stripers. They're not
like
too much up on the
stripers,
bank. This lake fish is very, very different because of the bait population. With the shad being the main forage, the fish move around like a herring lake or something like that. They really like to move around and they don't really stay put too much. We're back here, and what we've done is we've moved to the river. And the reason why we moved back here to the river is because these fish it's already turned back here. These fish are already in winter mode. They're already schooled up. Out on the main lake, they're still kind of suspended in that 11 feet, kind of that fall funk where they just won't bite. You just can't get them to bite. But back here in the river, these fish have already transitioned. They're already in the 30-foot range. You know, they're moving, pushing bait shallow, moving back out to the 30-foot range. So that's what we're trying to target, is these banks that are holding the fish. We're trying to find these little traps where the wind's blowing the bait up in there, and these stripers and these smallmouth and spotted bass can trap that bait up against something, and that's what they're trying to do right now. Yeah, all the wind's pushing right down the gut here and pushing all the bait up against this one bank. When we first got here, there was birds all down the bank. They've moved because we're here distracting them, but there's a lot of bait, a lot of fish really pushed up against this bank. I would say that in the river, there's about 3 spots right now that are holding mega schools. I don't know about the size. We haven't really got onto any sizable fish yet, but just like that, a cast.
Oh,
and it's
felt
just
good.
crazy.
I'm gonna throw it back into that spot. Let me see if I can hook one. Yep. There's got to be 200 bass in. Oh, I had two at the same time. Come on, get it, get it, get it.
I had two on the last cast.
Get it.
That's one real good thing about Lake Hogan. If you have a girlfriend that likes to fish, or you're bringing your kids up fishing, this lake produces numbers.
Or a
Almost,
buddy that likes to act like a girlfriend that you take fishing.
right, and he can't catch anything, you know, then you go ahead and you bring him out here and he'll be able to finally catch some fish. But truth of the matter is that this lake is really good for coming out here and being able to catch somebody a lot of fish, you know, a lot of small fish, but to come out here and get somebody like my son, I bring my son out here, he really enjoys it because he doesn't get boring. He's catching one right after another.
Or somebody like me.
You're Nick here, you know.
Dude, I have just as fun catching tons of bluegills as I do anything else,
Right?
man.
Catching is
It's all
catching.
about catching.
That's right. I'm going to throw it back in that little fish hole just because I can't help it.
Yeah, just because it's too much fun to feel them tug on your line.
Oh.
Dude, they are so shallow. That's on a panfish item.
Yep.
I think it's a bass, but it's on that little Lake Fork lures deal, right? Look at the one chasing them.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Now, what we'll do...
Lake Fork. It's like a little, looks like a little shad bait. It's kind of interesting. It has a little ball tail on it instead of, for a little bit more water movement. It's got a couple broken pieces here so it gets a little more action.
There we go. Doubled up on the
Doubled
LTV
up.
products. Oh, dude, I got one on the little tiny miniature divinator with the little tail spin on there. It's a monster. This fish probably go 11 to 55 pounds, somewhere in that range. It's hard to tell when you're holding them in the palm of your hand. Oh, he ate it. All right, surgery time.
Striper.
Another one on the divinator. Chomping it. It's fun. Ultralight gear, winging it out there. I usually like to throw the miniature one on a light rod, like a 6 to 7 foot light action rod, but the ultralight with the super slow action makes it so much more fun. You could do those big Hollywood hook sets. Yeah, that's a good one.
Leave the net.
Yeah, this is super light line. It's only
Yeah.
4 pounds.
We use the, hope this makes the show here, we'll use the Bisbee net. My buddy Sheldon hasn't won a tournament he's won 2 tournaments this year and he hasn't caught a fish. He's just been net man, so we call
This is on my panfish rod, in case you guys are wondering. It's only 4 pound line. So I'm just being cautious. We probably don't even need to net them.
I gotta use the
We'll
Bisbee
net them
net.
anyways, though.
I gotta use the Bisbee net.
There it is.
Oh, there we go, the Bisbee
Yeah.
net. Haha.
I didn't want him to. Hey, smallmouth.
It is a smallmouth.
That's why he's pulling so hard. There's a bronze back. I wonder. That's a good one. Oh, yeah. That's a better largie. Yeah. Just moved over across and we're fishing steeper bluff walls now, still feeding in the back into this river here. You know, during the fall like this, those fish are transitioning into the back of the creeks, the back of the rivers, and this is more of a sheer bluff wall here, and just paralleling it, basically Spider-Man-ing it, just trying to keep the trap as closest to the wall as possible. Got a better largemouth from it, huh? Not bad. Look how pretty that fish is, though. They're not huge here, but man, they are pretty. Nice. Spot. Yeah. Better spotted bass. Oh, on the bottom. You jigged that fish?
Yeah, I just dropped it down and I picked it up and he crushed it. Just crushed it. Smallmouth.
Ooh, small. Oh,
Good
yeah.
little smallmouth.
You can see what I'm doing there. is I'm throwing the lipless crankbait up on the bank. A lot of time in the winter, the shad like to migrate up these creeks and they crawl out on the bank to hibernate when it gets real cold. But then we have these warming trends and the shads, they're real lethargic, but they crawl back out of the mud and they creep back in there, and a lot of the time the bass will key into that pattern. Well, this is something you don't catch every day.
It hasn't been in there that long either.
No, it hasn't. There's no line on the spool, which is interesting. Yeah, otherwise the line would have been completely gone. Oh no, wait a minute.
It fell off the boat. It's all hooked.
Yeah,
It fell off the boat.
it's a rod that fell off a boat. Alright. Little power washer, see what it is?
Yeah, that's nice. Here, hold this for me, Nick.
No, I ain't touching that random sack. Lake sack.
Shakespeare still got the price tag on it. Maybe
Shakespeare
they'll
still
let
got
me
the
take
tag.
it back at Walmart.
Yeah, try to return it. We'll add that to the end of this video.
Yeah, yeah, I will. I'll try to return it.
Hey, we took this to the lake. This thing was all fouled up.
Oh, he's hooked sideways. Something.
Oh, right in the side.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Still a good one though.
I can't feel anymore. Got a little bass here on the whip bar.
Whip bar.
The whip bar. There it is. The whip bar.
It's another product down from the box.
Yeah, another product down from the box. We said we're going to catch a fish on every product in the box. So
Mike's doing that while I'm searching for a kicker.
yeah. Hey, who's the guy that's been standing on the back of the boat staring at us all day?
This guy's from Craft Services.
Craft Service.
Excuse me, sir. Can you hand me my Gatorade, please? Thank you.
Can I get one too? That's something.
Crappie. Crappie. Oh, dang.
On the jig.
Oh, tank.
Oh, and he breaks off right in the
broke
boat.
off. Nice.
It's Steelhouse hair jig.
Where'd you put that other lipless, Mike?
It's right here.
What is this?
It's a bait sack.
All right.
All right.
Tell us what that's about.
All right. So if you're out here on the boat and you're tired of your treble hooks getting wound up in your rod locker and all that stuff,
Sick and tired.
sick and tired of your trebles getting
Can't
hung up,
take
you just
it no more.
make some casts. When you're done making some casts, you pick it back up like so. Squeeze the
I gotta see
bait
how
sack.
this works.
You just squeeze it like so.
You just squeeze
Quick.
the sack?
You just squeeze the sack. Sack up. Bait sack.
Okay, that's sick. I need some. I'm stealing yours.
That's fine.
Damn, Mike. What was that?
That was my big toe. That was my middle toe, bro. You tripped over my middle toe.
Oh, you kept an anaconda in the boat the whole
Dude,
time without telling
that's
us?
my secret weapon, bro.
Get a close-up of Mike's big middle
Look at that
toe.
thing. That's a smart toe.
Hold on, hold it
That's
right
what they
there.
call a smart toe. You know why they call it a smart toe? Because I'm hecka smart.
Jesus, could get killed keeping that thing in the boat.
Yeah. You know, one of the things out here on Lake Hogan for fall fishing is finding these fish. You want to find, I like to keep a simple motto, and that's two-tailed kicks to deep water. I really like fishing right next adjacent to deep water. I think it's very important for these fall fish. I think they like to move out and suspend, and then they like to use these rock walls and push the bait up against it and move back out for a while, and it's real spotty. But a couple of the baits here at Hogan that are just lethal is one is the lipless crankbait. This one here is a red eye sexy shad. I prefer the red eye here. If I was at the Delta, it would be a regular rattle trap, but here they seem to like the red eye. And then the other one here that's huge is the weightless fluke. The weightless fluke here is probably one of the #1 striper baits here and largemouth baits here, because this is a very bait-oriented lake. There's
Really good bait
shad.
anywhere in the fall, too, for that matter, right?
Yeah, anywhere in the fall. I throw this at the Delta, at Clear Lake, wherever. It's just a real solid bait. And then the other one that's really good here is the Silver Buddy. And the Silver Buddy is just a little blade bait. It's like a spoon. You drop it down, and it vibrates. It shimmies as it falls, and then when you pull it up, it really vibrates. And it's another great bait here in the fall. And actually, I use this in the fall and in the winter a lot at the Delta, flipping pilings, flipping docks, just letting it fall down on the bottom real subtle. Big fish seem to really like the laser minnow.
Well, guys, that's it for a fall day out here on New Hogan, targeting a little bit of everything that lives in the lake. We caught the striper, the spotted bass, the smallmouth, the largemouth, the crappie, the bluegill, the shell cracker. Dude, did I say striper? Did I say striper? I said striper
too.
One striper. And Hogan's pretty much notorious for stripers, but it just depends on the day when you run into them. Mike, once again, brother, greatly appreciate you taking us out.
Hey.
It's always fun. We didn't crush the big ones today. We probably got 100 bass on the day. We ditched those little ones after a while. We were having a lot of fun, but I know you guys seeing the same thing over and over and over again. Gets a little bit monotonous, but hey, we love doing it, man. I just like catching fish. The tug is my drug. Once again, greatly appreciate you guys watching. Hit up Michael Coleman on Facebook if you want to talk to Mike. Mike's a hell of an angler out here in Northern California. You'll see this guy fishing every tournament here, there, everywhere. And you're representing California soon, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm actually the California state champion. I'm getting ready to go to Conroe, Texas and fish to qualify for the Bassmaster Classic in about 2 weeks.
You better. You better if you're representing, man.
I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to give it my all. It won't be for a lack of effort, that's for sure.
All right, guys. Greatly appreciate you watching. InformativeFisherman.com. We'll see you next time.